Hey guys, what's going on? My name is Luis, and God bless to every single one of you. Today is November 26th. It's 11:25 p.m. Eastern Time. Guys, do me a favor, hit that like, hit that subscribe, and share the video. We have some urgent breaking news coming out. Some update Washington, D.C. with the second here. I'm gonna have to remove the headsets. Okay. I don't know if you guys could hear me. Leave comments down below. Let me know if you guys could hear me. I went to connect the headset and it's connecting to the other phone. Can you guys hear me? Leave comments down below. Um, Give me 1 second. Let me see something. Give me a second here. Okay, thank you so much. All right, thank you so much. I really appreciate it. So people saying they could hear me. Okay, perfect. So President Donald Trump just came out and he dropped a bombshell. And we actually talked about this way before President Trump even mentioned this. So President Donald Trump confirms, this is what Trump said. So Trump confirms that the DC shooter entered our country on Biden Afghan flight. Nobody knew who was coming in. We talked about this. We went live. Me and my wife went live about 5 hours ago. And I mentioned that this was back during Joe administration when he withdrew our military from Afghanistan. And we won't forget that day because 13 Marines passed away. On top of that, Biden left like billions of dollars of military equipment. All right, so brand new stuff. The Taliban took over, and then Biden brought a whole bunch of people into our country in 2021. Most of them were mostly men. From the age, I think 18 from like 35, they were mostly men. And so Donald, he's saying this person that shot the National Guard, he came under Biden administration when Biden brought a whole bunch of people into this country. This is why I believe that there has to be like, you know, you want to come to this country, it has to be through asylum, like the port of entry. You need, again, they need to check their backgrounds, you know, history, like criminal records and stuff that, you know, you can't let anybody into this country because stuff like this could happen. It says here the US president addressed the nation on the shooting of two National Guardsmen near the White House. By the way, they're still alive. Again, from what I heard, National Guards that got hit, they're still alive. They just need prayers. We need to pray for them. We truly need to pray for them. And the suspect is in custody. And they stripped his clothes. I mean, they took everything out. Again, they left the socks on, but everything else, they stripped them. And I guess they were making sure there's no hidden devices or something. It says here, Donald Trump addressed the nation on the shooting of two National Guardsmen near the White House. It says here, I can report tonight that based on the best available information, the Department of Homeland Security is confident that the suspect in custody is a foreigner who entered our country from Afghan. Now, he was flown, listen, he was flown in by the Biden administration in September of 2021 on those infamous flights that everybody was talking about. Now, I remember that day. That was the day that the U.S. sent these big planes, and you had everybody just jammed in that airplane, mostly all Afghan men. And you had a lot of people hanging on to the plane and stuff, and a lot of people fell off when that plane just started, going to the air and stuff, and people just, falling off the plane. But that was the day that 13 Marines also passed away. So Biden brought a whole bunch of people into this country, a whole bunch, by plane. Nobody knew who was coming in. Nobody knew anything about it. His status was extended under legislation signed by President Joe, a disastrous president, the worst in the history of our country. Both West Virginia National Guardsmen remain in critical condition. So again, they didn't pass away. They're still alive and remain in critical condition. The FBI is investigating the attack as a possible terrorism. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. So here's the thing, guys. Again, you have Al Sharpton. He was on one of these leftist news, and he said this is Donald's fault. They quickly blaming Donald for it. But nobody wants to point the finger that Joe allowed 20 plus million to come into our country. 20 plus million came into our country under Joe. And on top of that, Joe used our tax money to bring a lot more by plane from Afghan. Al Sharpton doesn't like to mention that. Nobody want to bring that up because they know it's the truth. All right. They just want to talk about what's going on now with National Guard deployed. That has nothing to do with it. I mean, yes, it does, but it has a lot more to do with Joe allowing these people to come in. It's just mind-blowing. Okay, we have breaking news coming out. The Department of Homeland Security has announced an indefinite pause on all immigration requests from Afghan nationals. Once again, US Citizenship and Immigration Services has announced that it is immediately suspending all immigration requests related to Afghan nationals following today's targeted by an Afghan against members of the National Guard in Washington, D.C. So what's next? What's going to happen? What's going to happen? Should there be some consequences from the former administration that allowed these individuals to come in? Look, I don't mind people coming in, but you have to check their backgrounds. You cannot just allow anyone to just come in and freely just come into our land and not knowing their background history. And by the way, this person has a background history from what I heard. Give me a second here. Let me see if I can find it. So the suspect in the National Guard shooting served 10 years in Afghan army alongside U.S. Special Forces. A relative says he has a wife and 5 sons, hadn't spoken to him in months, and doesn't know why he carried out this attack. He is an Afghan national, one of the 200,000 Afghan imported into America by Joe in 2021. One of the 200,000 imported into our country by Joe in 2021. And I did mention this back in 2021. Something big is going to spark when these people start coming in. And we are seeing that. We are definitely seeing it. J.D. Vance, the vice president, in 2021 warned about unvetted Afghan refugees. 40% believe I'm not going to say certain name here. So even JD Vance sounded the alarm on this. And I know it's supposed to be my day off, but it just, it's just very sad that, I had to talk about this news. I had to, guys. I had to. Very disturbing time that we are living. So once again, the U.S. Citizenship and Immigration Services announced it has paused all immigration application from Afghan nationals effective immediately. Processing of all immigration requests related to Afghan nationals is stopped indefinitely pending further review of security and vetting protocols. The announcement comes hours after the 29-year-old Afghan who entered the U.S. in September under Joe administration through Operation Allies Welcome, allegedly has taken National Guardsmen in a targeted strike near the White House. Both soldiers remain in critical conditions. The FBI is investigating this event. Now, Trump administration is moving fast. No more waiting for the next tragedy to act. It's time to close the door and no more. It ends here. This needs to stop. And the left, they need to stop pointing fingers. It's disgusting. It's just disgusting. It is. It just very sad. Give me a second here, guys. So you have Stephen Miller said our president is sending 500 more troops to the city to show that no act of terrorism will sway us. Tonight, he's having the conversation America needs to have with President Trump. The Joe administration and the left have inflicted on this nation the worst national security threat in our history. We have never faced a threat like this. I agree. Remember what I said, guys? That we're going to see something possibly could be not worse, but it could be like a 2001 September. Well, we've seen something today similar to it. You got people from other regions, other land coming out of Sleeping Giant and doing this crazy stuff. And the left allowed them to come in. They allowed them to come in. And then they have the nerves to blame Donald for it. Donald is not the one that brought in millions of these individuals into our land. All right, so big things are going down in Texas. I want to bring this up really quick here, guys. Texas, there is a massive traffic going on. Los Angeles, there's a lot of traffic going on. Thanksgiving stuff. Here we go. So remember this, guys? Remember that picture? That was 2021 under Joe. That was 2021. That was the Afghans that came to our Sleeping Giant country back in 2021. That was back in 2021. You could thank Joe for that. So, a plane loads of Afghan were airlifted to our town by Joe and Maracas. Again, that's the former Department Homeland Security Secretary Alejandro back in 2021. It's a disgrace. It is. And look, here's the thing about Donald, and Donald really, Donald, again, you don't go after the right people. And I know he can't do nothing about it. I can understand, but at least, show that you're trying. He needs to go after Joe, because what Joe did, and he did a lot of bad stuff. He needs to go after him. Here's the problem. Joe is the only commander-in-chief in the world to pardon himself. And it's going to be hard to go after someone that pardoned himself. It's crazy. It's crazy. You have a man that was a president pardon his own self. It's crazy. It's absolutely crazy. Who does that? Man. I'm a criminal. Let me pardon myself so that way I don't get in trouble. All right, give me a second here, guys. The suspected DC shooter served alongside US Special Forces in Afghan for 10 years. So this man was trained. He knew what he was doing. He's a big guy. I mean, he had to be like at least 6 foot, maybe 240 pounds. I mean, he's a big dude. Yeah, remember that picture? Remember that, all those Afghan going inside that plane? All right. By the way, New York City is on high alert. New York is on high alert. The mayor of New York, Mayor Eric Adams, he's still mayor until I think until January 2026. Well, the mayor just announced that New York would be on alert. Give me a second here, guys. Oh, the mayor announced that New York is gonna be on alert because what happened in DC, and so New York City is gonna have the Thanksgiving Macy parade. And you guys already know we seen what happened in North Carolina with the lighting of the Christmas tree, the festival. There was a shooting. Chicago, there was a shooting. Michigan, there was a shooting when it comes to the Christmas tree lighting festival. And then New York City, you're gonna have the Macy Thanksgiving parade, which could see some stuff go down. Again, I'm not saying something big is gonna hit the fan, but these large gatherings, these holidays are very, very hot right now, very strict. So please be aware. If you live out there in New York, please, if you see something, say something. All right, so New York is on high alert. All right, so let me just read some of your comments here, guys. Very sad what happened. Very sad what happened in America. Very sad. And I can't believe we go to this. Again, we just allowed this to happen September 2001. And then you have this event. I mean, when are we going to close the border? And just, again, the border is closed. But now we bring these people by plane. It just, can we just stop this madness? All right. Pray for the parade. Yeah. Pray for the parade. If you guys live out there in New York and if you're going to go out there, please be safe. Please be safe. Hey, New Year's Eve. New Year's could be something big too. All right. And I do believe that with the executive order that the president just signed, the Muslim Brotherhood, that might have sparked something too, along with the video that was sent out by the 4 lawmakers urging the military not to listen to illegal orders by the commander. I mean, it just a whole thing combined here. But yeah, we definitely living in dangerous time. Someone said it's treason. Someone said, yes, Donald's fault and Joe's fault as well. Well, here's the thing. It's more of the left fault, because what Joe did, he stopped the construction of the border when he first came into power back in January 2021. The first thing Joe did is he stopped the construction of the border. And since he did that, there was a penalty. There was a fine of $2.7 million a day. And I think a day, yeah, $2.7 million a day. So when he stopped the construction of the border, I mean, it just, his plan was to bring a whole bunch into our land, and 20 plus million came in. That wasn't Donald's fault. That was Joe, and that was the left. And Joe brought a whole bunch of people by plane. Not only Afghan, but people in South America and Central America. He was bringing them by plane. He was just packing this country up. Like, I mean, never seen anything like it. So he was really packing this country up. He was bringing everyone in here. Everyone. I think Speaker Johnson said that Joe might have brought 30 million people into this country. 30 million people. Now, Donald, when he became commander, Donald said, I'm going to have to clean this up. What Joe did was wrong. I'm going to have to send National Guards and ICE, to send all these people back. Is that Donald's fault? No. The commander has every right to remove those who came here not the proper way, because we have laws. This country has laws. We go by laws. We can't say, well, let the people stay here, they're already here. It doesn't work that way. It's like saying, again, let the person free. I mean, it took, he took out someone 10 years ago. That was 10 years ago. Let him be free. No, it doesn't work like that. Justice needs to be served. We must go by law. We're not lawbreakers. America, we don't do law-breaking stuff, all right? All right? God gave us laws to go by, 10 commandments. We cannot break these laws. We can't break no laws. We have to be righteous. If we break laws, we become lawlessness. We become, wicked. And you can't do that. You can't. Donald, again, his job as commander, you got to send these people back that came here illegally. And a lot of these people, well, a lot of them are gangs. So again, you do have the left. Sometimes they could go way, way out there to the extreme. They came out with all these crazy videos. They calling Donald all these crazy names. They're comparing him to, the guy from Germany, the one with the mustache. I mean, everything that come out of their mouth is nothing but pure evil stuff about Donald. And then you got these people that, regular people just watching these left saying these horrible things about Donald. And they take it serious. It's basically mind control, You're feeding people these hatred stuff. These people's just gonna, get angry and upset. Hold on, we got a breaking news. Breaking news just came out. Breaking news just came out. Hold on. Breaking news just came out. Where is it? Hold on, guys. It says here, officials say that several months ago, suspected National Guard shooter was working for Amazon and Amazon Flex. Okay, so we do have some updates. Officials say that several months ago, suspected National Guard shooter was working for Amazon and Amazon Flex. I remember that too. I remember that when these people came, the people from Afghan, Amazon promised them that they were going to give them jobs. Like they were going to work in the warehouse. And, you know, they were going to give them like, what do you call that? It's H1 visa, something like that. They were going to give them jobs and good paying and stuff like that. And they were going to get like brand new apartments and I guess $7,000 loan checks or something like that from the bank. I mean, they were going to get all these goodies because they were asylum seekers and they were coming to this country. And so they got a job in a warehouse like Amazon. And Amazon jobs, again, it's not like $10 an hour. Their job, I mean, they pay good money. Amazon paid good money, good benefits, good insurance. And on top of that, these people got brand new apartments. I don't see Americans getting this type of stuff. All right. Blessing Lewis, I just got on. Thank you so much for tuning in, guys. Happy Thanksgiving. Hey, happy Thanksgiving to all of you guys. If you can give this video a thumbs up, I really appreciate it. Thank you so much. Hey, I just want to let you guys know, I'm not home. I drove 4 hours to see my family. I just saw my mother. I haven't seen her in a very, very long time. I surprised her. She was watching television and stuff, and you know, and I came in, and you know, she saw me, and she couldn't believe it. You know, she was happy to see me. She was really happy, and she's like, "You got too big. You got too big. I mean, way too big." So, yeah, she was happy to see me. She was happy. So we're gonna be doing Thanksgiving together, and yeah. So give me a second here. So sweet. Someone said, "Thank you so much. Happy Thanksgiving. Happy Thanksgiving to you guys. Thank you so much for tuning in." So I'm just gonna read some of your comments. This is very mean, man. Yeah, someone said. Okay, this is very disgraceful. Donald pardoned himself. Donald didn't pardon himself yet. I don't think Donald ever pardoned himself. Joe pardoned himself. Joe pardoned his son. Remember, Joe said that he was not going to pardon his son, that he was going to let the system do their job, like the American courts. Joe said that he was never going to pardon his son, but again, that was all baloney. Joe pardoned himself, his son, his families. I mean, almost his entire family. He pardoned Dr. Anthony, you know who. He pardoned him. He pardoned a lot of people. I mean, basically the sleeping giant enemies he pardoned. It's crazy. But Donald never pardoned himself. He never did. If Donald pardoned himself, he would not be going through court situation like indictments and stuff. Joe Otterpen. Yeah. Joe Otterpen, no pardons for treason. The Otterpen, yeah. I think they're still working on that. Someone says, sorry, I'm late. Hey, Mark, no worries, man. No worries about that. All right. I've been treated so rudely by neighbors, not sure why I'm in this area. People here are bat crap crazy. Again, you're going to meet those type of people out there. Guys, I parked my car right next to, not this car, but the one next to it. And I was looking for my mother's apartment, and I saw this car, and on top of the hood there's spray paint on it, and it says this word. I mean, it's a really bad word. It's a really bad word. I don't know, is someone cheated or something, but someone wrote, spray painted on the hood, the B word, STUPID, and the B word, and spray paint the entire headlights and everything. I'm like, ooh, someone's gonna wake up in the morning not happy. So yeah. I just got here too, and I seen that car. I'm like, great. You know, I thought this was a really nice neighborhood, but I'm seeing, I don't want to wake up in the morning. My truck is all spray painted. I don't want to see that. But yeah. Give me a second here, guys. So I think I'm gonna go inside now. Jesus always loves us. Amen. Jesus is the way, the truth, and the life. Donald, I truly apologize about that. I pressed the wrong button. Happy Thanksgiving, Lewis. My husband had a heart surgery yesterday and he's home today. Happy, and God bless. Hey, happy Thanksgiving to you and your husband. Sending prayers. Sending prayers. Yeah, someone went cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs. Someone definitely went cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs. I'll show you really quick, and then I have to go. Oh my goodness, someone parked their car really close to mine. Oh my goodness. It's really tight. Okay. Whew. Okay. I don't know if you guys can see that, but wow. I don't know if you guys saw that, but someone's gonna wake up in the morning. They're not gonna be happy. Oops. Give me a second here. Give me a second, guys. All right. All right, guys. So I'm just gonna end it here, but yeah, have a good night, and thank you so much for tuning in. Please pray for the National Guards and pray for peace. Pray for New York, because there's gonna be a lot of stuff out there. The Thanksgiving parade, but yeah. All right, guys. Hit that like button, and thank you so much for tuning in, guys. Tomorrow's gonna be my day off. I'm not gonna be posting videos tomorrow unless we go to Mar-a-Lago, and I'm gonna show you guys a live stream of Trump residency. So other than that, y'all be safe. Have a good night. Happy Thanksgiving. God bless you all. Till next time later. Peace.